So maybe you're not really in a Thanksgiving mood? I mean, I can't imagine why not. Could have something to do with a raging pandemic, a divided country, political quagmires, increasing unemployment, an inability to travel, to see loved ones. You want me to keep going? No, I didn't think so. You're no doubt here for a little inspiration, not for me to add to Grim Reaper scenarios. And yeah, it certainly has been one hell of a year. And it looks like we still have a ways to go before we can emerge from our physical and psychological quarantines. To actually hug someone in peace without the nagging thought that we might wake up the next morning with a sore throat. But what's the alternative? To despair, disparage, denigrate, turn inward? I mean, that doesn't sound so great either. So what about this? What about even if we don't feel like it, that we give thanks anyway? I was reading Psalm 100 recently, and it says this: "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name. For the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations." I guess that means even in the midst of a pandemic. After all, we're not the first ones to live through one. And then there's St. Paul's letter to the Thessalonians. In that, he says, "In everything, in all things, give thanks, for this is God's will for you." That giving thanks is not the result of a feeling, but that it's a necessity always, no matter what we're feeling or going through. That the posture of gratitude actually changes us and our perceptions and perspective. That no matter what the surface interruptions or vicissitudes of our lives may be, that underneath it all, it's really just one big gift. Because we're still here. Maybe not totally the way we want to be, maybe limping along, but able still to see a sunrise or a sunset, to feel a cool breeze against our face, to know that we're cared for by others and by a beneficent God whose promise is that we have not been abandoned, that as the psalmist says, his steadfast love endures forever, his faithfulness to all generations. And by the way, that was not an easy message for ancient Israel to accept when they were being besieged and plundered by neighboring rivalries. Not an easy message for early Christians to embrace when they were being persecuted and martyred. And yeah, not an easy posture for us to adopt when our lives have been so radically upended. But still, in all things, to give thanks, believing that if we do, it changes us. It breaks us open in a way that can be healing and life-giving. To say thanks for all of it. Even in this hell of a year, to say thanks because we trust that heaven lies on the horizon, however obscure, and that it is indeed right here, even when we don't fully recognize or embrace it. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of it. It's really the only prayer we ever need. So happy Thanksgiving.